What's the point of the three crosses we see in most paintings? Who were those other two guys? Today, I answer those questions. Hi, I'm Alex Ennis with Simplify Strategies, and this is the 24th devotional in our series, March to the Cross. Hey, thank you for being here today. At Simplify Strategies, we give God-inspired solutions to help you with your personal challenges so you can find your path forward. Today, we meet the two criminals on the cross in our 25 unique persons and things Jesus met on his way to the cross and resurrection. The Your Path Forward takeaway is this: Jesus always gives you more than you ask for. We find the story in Luke 23, starting in verse 39. One of the criminals hanging beside him scoffed, "So you're the Messiah, are you? Prove it by saving yourself and us too while you're at it." But the other criminal protested, "Don't you fear God even when you have been sentenced to die? We deserve to die for our crimes, but this man hasn't done anything wrong." Then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Jesus replied, "I assure you, today you will be with me in paradise." Jesus has already been arrested, flogged with a whip that had glass and lead in it. It would have shredded his skin, exposed some of his internal organs. He's had to carry his own cross, but later was assisted by Simon of Cyrene because Jesus is too exhausted from the loss of blood to continue. They put to death two other revolutionaries next to Jesus, one on his right, one on his left. We don't know much about them, but to call them a mere criminal was probably a little light. Sometimes we view them as kind of a common thief or someone like that. It would have been much more significant than that to have been crucified. This was a more heinous crime, or even possibly an attempt to overthrow the Roman government. We don't know a ton of background, but we do know it presents a confounding scene. It's easier to understand why they may die this way than understanding why Jesus died this way. What exactly had Jesus done to deserve this kind of a death? I mean, what law did he break? After all, the Romans are in charge here, not the Jews. While the religious leaders wanted Jesus gone by any means possible, they carried no power. But the Roman government under Pilate caved due to maximum pressure of the crowd. It was a decision made to just make things go away. In Luke, it gives us that scene in great detail as it describes Jesus and the two criminals in a conversation. One of the criminals begins to chastise Jesus for not saving them or even saving himself. The other criminal has a completely different viewpoint. He recognizes Jesus as being from God when he says, "Don't you fear God? Even when you have been sentenced to die, we deserve it, he doesn't." Keep in mind that their hands and feet have been nailed to the cross. In order to get oxygen, they will have to push up, which would bring excruciating pain just to get oxygen. So in their shortened and labored breathing, this short conversation breaks out. It's a dramatic scene. Then the one criminal says to Jesus, "Remember me when you come into your kingdom." What you may not know is how he said it. It's in the imperfect tense in Greek, which means it is a repeated action. So he's saying to Jesus while he's trying to catch his breath, and in between breaths is muttering, "Remember me, remember me, remember me." He just wants to be remembered. He knows he isn't good enough to be there. Just, if you would, remember me. Jesus then says a striking phrase back. "Today you will be with me in paradise." What in the world? The man who likely deserved punishment, possibly even death, is now going to be in heaven with Jesus? Where's the good he will do? I mean, where's the kind of, earning your way into heaven by being a good person? It's completely absent. He hasn't, and he won't be able to do good deeds, as he will be dead very soon. Jesus leaves no doubt as to where this man will be: paradise. He doesn't even just call it heaven. Jesus wants no questions as to what he meant. Oh, and how many times do we have it recorded that Jesus used the word paradise? A grand total of 1. This is the only time. So what is Jesus communicating here? It's not about you. You're not good enough. You will never be good enough. It also means no matter how bad you've been, that it isn't about you. While you may suffer consequences for poor choices, bad behavior, even crimes committed, it's still about Jesus and his death and resurrection. I've always been moved by this scene. In the huffs and puffs of trying to gain oxygen, a man is pleading with Jesus to just be remembered. Jesus has gone through a complete flogging. They haven't. He is near death, yet he does what he came to do: save others through his death. The man asked to be remembered, yet Jesus promises him paradise before the day is over. Jesus always gives you more than you ask. Hey, are you a follower of Jesus? If you're interested in becoming a follower, I want you to look in the description below. It'll walk you through how to become a follower of Jesus. Next time, we meet the 2 men who took Jesus' body off the cross. If you're enjoying these videos, please like, share, and subscribe so that others can get help as well. I'm Alex Ennis. I'll see you next time.